This is Robin Shelby, also known as Slimer from Ghostbusters 2 and the voice of Lady Slimer from Ghostbusters Answer the Call. You are listening to the Hardly Heroes podcast, and just remember, there's always room for Jell-O.
It was getting hot in here. We have an air conditioner on.
Well, Logan sat in for a while and then
yeah,
started
but
talking.
Not as like a real
I guess
audience
that's true.
member. That's
See, this is like your
this is
This
like
is perfect.
ceiling.
this is Hardly Heroes history right here for us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Michelle was in for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
Once. She was sitting in the corner.
Because she didn't want to talk.
Yeah, she didn't want
She's
to
so
talk.
she's
I
just in the
guess.
corner.
Yeah, but she's related to me, so
Wait,
not
what?
not related.
You're
but
beyond
us.
boning down, you know.
Look
I was
out.
gonna say something, but we had an audience. I was about to be like, I'm boning her down, but
No, the fist thing was much better.
Yeah.
This is
just-
that thing where when you guys have like a huge audience, the
Yeah,
little
exactly.
limit, the line, right?
yeah,
Where did Logan disappear to?
I don't know.
He
He's on a
shrunk.
whole
He
nother
just
level.
left.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He was
He's
tired
in
of
the ant
fisting
suit.
talk.
Yeah.
It happens.
Gotta get it in there.
So how we doing?
Oh,
I am doing real good. I'm a little pissed off, actually.
We got the gang back together here.
Yeah, after all the shit talking while I was gone.
Hey,
Whoa.
it happens.
So
First of all,
bullshit.
Manny and I didn't shit talk. Bird shit talked, and we defended.
Yeah,
well,
I
Manny
think
defended.
for the
I
most
did.
part,
I
yeah.
Manny defended.
I
No,
tried.
Aaron.
I don't go on to social. I was like, look, I'm not even joining this fight. Manny can handle this.
She was talking.
I take it there was a fight on social media, or
Yeah.
was this an actual?
Well,
No, it was,
hatred towards.
Buddy was gone last week.
Yes, he was.
I was in South Carolina.
We had Brandon, a.k.a. Goat,
Goat.
fill in, which he did an amazing job.
Oh, hey, look, there's Logan.
Hey, he's back. By the way, it was Brandon's birthday yesterday. Happy
Yeah.
birthday
Yeah.
to
Happy
Goat.
late birthday, Goat.
Yeah, well, we
Happy
all
late
said happy
birthday.
birthday on
Yeah.
his birthday, but we're also. Oh, thanks a lot. But yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah, he was right on point with my review for
Oh, yeah.
Thor. I couldn't be happier with his review. So
Look at that. There you
Well,
go.
I mean, I feel like
I feel
kind
like
of
my
agreed.
chair just like consumed him.
Yeah, I
with
think so.
my
He-
hatred.
He became
So-
buddy.
Yeah. Your aura just
I'm
sticks.
the negative one in the group.
Yes.
so-
You
How
are.
was your time in South Carolina?
It was awesome.
Yes.
How was your
It's
father?
very green, very pretty. My dad, it was super fun hanging out with him.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to tell you guys something. I was super pumped. I got recognized by somebody. They were like, "Hey,
Whoa.
Your cousin doesn't count.
damn it! Oh, fuck! I was hoping you would. Someone was gonna get a little
That
farther
was
in the story.
Totally a joke.
Wow.
I'm glad I.
Damn
did
it!
not.
But I was
way
gonna
to
be
go,
like, I
Manny.
got recognized by somebody saying, "Aren't you that guy from Hardly Heroes?" But it really was my cousin.
Is
You're
this
an
Karen?
asshole.
Is this Karen?
Yeah.
Now, was she listening
can't
before you?
believe-
No, now she's like a P111 listener.
That's
Like,
What
Oh,
happened? You just showed up and you were just like,
What was
listen.
funny is we started talking and I was telling her about the show and everything that's like going on, and she's like, "Yeah, I follow you guys on social media, but I've never really like checked you guys out." And I'm like, "Dude,
What are you
we're
doing
like,
with your life?
yeah, right up your alley." And she's all into this stuff. She got BB-8 tattoo, like everything.
Oh, nice.
So my aunt Brenda, her mom was like, "Oh, you better shout us out on the show." And I was like, "You don't even listen, so suck it." Well, Karen was like, "Oh my God, I just started from episode 1." And I'm
Oh,
like, "Geez."
That's false because I deleted episode 1
Or-
through 3.
Yeah,
Well,
I was actually I went back looking through all your
Yeah.
episodes, and I was like, "There's some episodes missing here," and I'm like,
Yes.
Manny,
Yeah.
cut those out. Well, from the first one,
Yeah.
and now she's been like going in and like liking old
yeah.
old posts on Instagram, and
okay.
she's just like bringing up old jokes. And just the other day, she said she was Team Sprinkles, which really
Whoa.
upset me.
Look at that.
Wait, no, I
got 2 fans now.
no, she took that back because
I mean-
she
No.
was like team buddy.
And then she was like, "Oh, so you're not Team Manny?" And she's like, "No, Manny's mean."
Oh,
And
that's
I was-
okay. It's better to be feared than loved.
Fucking Cyclops.
Oh, man. That's funny.
So I
Your
just
cousin
wanted to
sounds like a really, really good person, I have
Yeah,
to say.
so she's
That's great.
very happy she's listening to the show and really getting into the show.
I'm very happy that she's getting into the show. She's like really involved now all of a sudden. And
I
think
love
it's
it.
great. Yeah.
It reminds me of how Bird used to be, and now Bird's just
Aw.
disappeared into the nether.
Well, no, and she just dissed you.
Yeah, and
Comments
she
on
dissed me.
Facebook. She gives us her whenever we put out questions,
does.
she
Yeah.
answers. She's there.
I don't know. I'm a little upset with
don't be
Bert.
shitting on
Now
Bert.
that I bring her into the fold,
Right.
she just ditches who
Oh
brought her
my
in.
gosh! But Brandon could totally take your spot, buddy.
Yeah.
Brandon all
Asshole.
the way. I don't even know who Buddy is. Anyways, how was your week, Manny?
It was pretty good.
How was the race?
The race was
Is it a
Fucking
race or a
awesome.
marathon?
no, it was a race. No, it was
Okay.
Wait, what
this-
race is it again? Describe to everyone.
was
again
about
what
to say-
this is. It's not just a race.
Well, Logan,
We're
are you
in the
hold on.
presence of greatness.
Are you
here.
in a, are you in a cave right now,
I
Logan?
know. I heard it. That's what I heard.
You sound like you're in a
It's okay.
tunnel.
I'll fix it as we go.
All right, sounds good.
But I don't know if you know, but we're in the grace of somebody really special. He's a Spartan now.
A Spartan.
Oh.
Yes, I am a
He has
Spartan.
a medal and everything.
So I did a Spartan race. For anybody that's
Wow.
not familiar with a Spartan race, it's depending on what level you did. I did the first level.
Good job.
It's the first time I ever did it. It's 3 to 5 miles long, which was the one that I did, and there was about 20 obstacles throughout the run. And throughout the run, you do everything from jump over 7-foot walls to climb a rope, throw a spear, flip
Yeah.
a tire. You do the monkey bars thing that I
Sure.
haven't done since grade school. Okay.
I have a problem getting out of bed in the morning.
Oh,
right? That's what I'm saying. It's
and jump over a slightly smoldering fire.
God, I
Yeah.
got it.
No, it was awesome. Manny made me feel good. He's like, you could do it, no problem. That made me feel good. But I was super proud of you. But now what really sucks is I'm like, hey, Manny, can you do this? He's like, no, I'm a Spartan now.
Yeah.
I'm above all of you, so it
Sorry
doesn't really
about that.
matter.
And I like how when he came in,
See, look, he's already grabbing the medal to be an asshole.
it's not Geek Fuel Day, so the cameras are not
Well,
on.
I like-
Check that out.
I like when
That-
when
this-
we were
Chris.
Wow.
when we were all in here, Manny was like, "Yeah, you all could do it." I'm like, "Haha, yeah, okay, you all. Let's just take
I don't
me
know.
out of it."
This seems pretty legit.
It
Oh,
is,
it
right?
is.
Right?
It's heavy as hell.
You make it out of metal, anything's legit.
Oh
Yeah.
dear. Oh, and it's very clangy.
It is. It's
But
got to be
he-
heavy.
Really cool.
I just don't like because now I got to do it because he just throws it in my face.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I'm a Spartan now. I'm a badass." So
But it was a lot of fun.
no, I
And
want to do it now.
I would love, now that I've done it and I'm familiar with it, I'd love to do it with more people. People that are there with teams. They all go together and they sport a team. I would love to go as the Hardly Heroes team.
I was like, I see where this shit's going right now.
We'd be down, but I'd probably die halfway.
Yeah, me too.
Just
Don't worry.
letting you know.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, you know what you do? Don't you still have you bowled the 300?
Yeah, I
So
did
you
bowl
still have that
300.
over him.
That's true. I
See?
did bowl 300. That
got
was
that.
a big accomplishment in my
Boom.
life. So
Good job.
we all got to have something.
Yeah.
What do I have?
Aaron had a nice flowing mane. and
I
he's young.
had,
Yeah.
and then it disappeared, and it's never to be seen again. My hair, it's gone forever.
Welcome to the Hardly Heroes Podcast.
High above the city, they shine in my spotlight. Commissioner on the rooftop, double H in the night sky. For the sidekicks we fight, for the right crosses we throw. For the ninjas we injure, revenge on our foes. From crime alleys to radioactive insects, genetic mutations. Weapon X ejects are infinite, Ursa in crisis. Our wars are civil but secret. Here come Buddy, Manny, and Aaron, blaring through your speakers. Yeah, Hardly Heroes. It's clobbering time.
Welcome to Hardly Heroes, a podcast dedicated to movies, TV, and everything geek related. I'm your host, Buddy.
I'm Manny.
And I'm Aaron.
Episode number 80.
Yeah.
Buddy's back. Logan's back.
Correct.
And in studio today we have Chris
Drum roll,
Velazquez.
please.
Hey, everybody.
or the drum roll. Hold on. Chris Velazquez from Violette Films.
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
guys?
he made the trip from Merced.
Whoa.
Drove all the way down here.
Wow.
I was like, did
Yeah,
you?
in the storm?
Oh,
You know.
it's the worst.
Dude, in the storm, Manny, your Spartan race means
With
nothing
the, no,
now.
With
Hey,
the
he was in
top
a car.
down. Okay. with
Oh
the top-
wow! Well, never mind.
See,
He
that's
gave me-
what I'm saying.
I love
He
it.
had
No,
a
I'm just kidding.
snorkel just so he could breathe. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So-
exactly. Yeah.
So you're in town, what, to visit grandma or
No,
to
just
no?
come in here for you
No,
guys.
just for
What?
us, huh?
Just for
Look
you
at
guys,
that.
yeah.
Just for
Yeah,
us.
I'm actually we have some stuff planned this weekend, so this is kind of like a pre-trip to kind of get my sea legs and driving pretty far and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. So it's kind of like it was nice to kind of like drive out here, and then my wife came with me and stuff. She's here.
Yes,
in
you have your
so-
wife here.
Yes, so
Very-
so I didn't drive up
very
by
nice.
myself. We
Yeah,
got to talk
that
the
works.
whole way. It was nice.
Nice.
Plus
Yeah.
it is what it is.
No, we're happy to have you. I'm now knowing that you drove all that way just to come on our show.
Yeah, just
makes
to
it
be
even
here.
better.
Makes
Yeah.
us feel so special.
Yeah.
Aaron, bring the funny today.
You know what?
Bring the harumph.
It's so special that I did want to wish you guys a happy party with your bear day.
Do we have a bear?
Party with
I don't
your
know.
bear
Where's
day?
your stuffed animal? Don't you have a stuffed bear somewhere?
No, I don't.
Right
have
here.
any.
That's a sweater.
Oh.
That's not a bear.
I'm looking around the room. I don't see any bears.
It's a bear sweater.
Yeah.
It's a plain bear's. Oh no, not bear sweater. It has something on it.
I was thinking,
National Fast Food Day.
ooh,
I'll
Don't
take
have
that
any
one.
fa- yeah, I
I'll
don't
take
have
that
any
one.
fast food
I'll
today.
take that one.
what's your number one fast food place?
Oh come on, you can't put me on the spot like. What's yours, Carl J?
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Well, what's,
What do you?
What's
it'd,
your?
be, it'd be either In and Out or
There you go.
Carl's Jr. But
he has
the
family
Western.
ties to Carl's Jr.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I know.
Burger Man is where I came from.
I think because I eat fast food so rarely nowadays,
Sure.
when I do get to eat it, I just go straight for the shittiest stuff. McDonald's.
Oh, come on!
It's
so much
just gotta
better.
No. I have to, if we're going quality In and Out, you have to.
Okay, yeah.
I know, but
Chris?
the Western bacon
Okay,
cheeseburger.
I'm kind of torn on this one because like my daughter, she's 5.5. She loves McDonald's,
Sure.
but she also loves Carl's Jr. And my wife, she also loves Carl's Jr. But then they also like Jack in the Box. They also
Oh.
like other places. So it's kind of like me.
It's
if I
hard-
had to pick one off the top of my head, I'd probably go with In and Out because I
Right.
like In and Out. But the line is so freaking long.
I know. Every
that I
time, no
never
matter
have
what.
the time
It's
to
a
go there. So
very
I'm probably gonna have
pretentious
to like go
line.
But your Western bacon cheese.
it's the best burger of
It's-
all time.
it's really
if it
good.
has enough barbecue sauce, it is delicious. Sorry, I've been craving one for weeks.
I had one
and
like 2 weeks ago. It was delicious. I just want you to know that. It was wonderful.
all right.
But yeah, that's
Sorry.
Well, thank you, Chris, for coming out here to
Yeah.
talk about fast food. We're all done here.
Wait, that's
No.
not what we were here for?
All right. We met Chris at Merced's, the Merced Comic Con, the LRCC Comic Con.
Yeah.
A couple months back.
Yeah, it was a couple months. It was in September. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the Violette Film Festival that was going on alongside it, and it was kind of like the
Yes.
kickoff festival. And the good part is we impressed our sponsors enough to where we're going to do it every year now.
Oh,
so
great.
great.
Yeah.
That
So
works.
next year, I'm working right now. I'm trying to lay the groundwork and figure stuff out because we're trying to figure out whether we're gonna have it simultaneously going on at the Comic-Con or whether we're gonna do like a showcase at the Comic-Con and then do a film festival a few days later. Because I don't want to step on the toes, of everybody that put on the Comic-Con because they do a really good show and a really good event.
Yeah.
And I want to be a part of it, but at the same time, our film festival, we wanted it to be kind of like something that is like a huge festival in the Central Valley because there's a lot of festivals that, in San Francisco, San Jose area and stuff like that, but it's hard for people that are in Merced area to travel to those.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? There's like I hate to say this, but there's a lot of bias in film festivals where they're just like, oh, you're my friend. I'll show your film. I don't know you and your film's amazing, but I'm not going to show it. And so like
Yeah.
we tried to do like even across the board and we got films from France, England,
great.
Germany. It was
wow.
It was really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So you are the director, writer, producer, and owner of Violette Films.
Yes, alongside my wife. My wife, she also
Shake your head.
yes, she
You don't have a mic, so you
she-
can't
no-
defend yourself. It's okay.
Yeah, she's the money part of it. It's like if,
The
if-
money
if,
part,
if the budget is too big,
The wives are
she
always
tells
the
me
money
no.
part of it.
Yeah.
So
You know what I
you
mean?
cut it down.
Yes, but yeah, I write, direct, produce. I'm starting to work a lot more with other directors and other producers in the area. But before it was just me, a few friends, and everybody just got together and we're just like, hey, let's make films and
Yeah.
try and do this.
That's awesome.
That's how
Thing.
it starts, and
Yeah.
that's cool that it starts with friends and family, and then it grows from there because that's like a nice stable foundation. So that's cool. So you do consider your wife Margarita?
Yes.
And your daughter Violet
Yes.
part of the crew?
Yes.
Yes.
She is actually the only 5.5-year-old that I know that actually knows how to operate a camera and a recording equipment.
That's great.
And
Awesome.
she wants to film her own movies, but I'm still kind of a little wary of letting her hold the camera the whole entire time by herself. But there actually has been a few short films, including Marceline, the one we put up,
Yes.
that she co-directed. So
Oh,
she
awesome.
actually had input on certain scenes, certain things, stuff like that. Like she
That's
wants to do
awesome.
this. And it's
That's
like,
really cool.
yeah.
And she probably owns on Halo or something too, right?
You,
No.
you should see her on Grand Theft Auto. That is a joke. She's good. She's good at driving on Grand Theft
Straight
Auto.
for the R-rated, yeah.
Yeah, I was like expecting some kids game
That
there.
works.
Grand
No.
Theft Auto.
She doesn't do any of the bad stuff in Grand Theft Auto. She just like drives, but it's funny because she stops at the stoplights. So like she like just like likes the in-world game and stuff. And
I want to know the big question: is she allowed to listen to Hardly Heroes?
Actually,
God.
no. At the moment, no, because she doesn't. You
It's
know,
all
she doesn't.
Buddy's
She
fault.
doesn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't like listening to a lot of shows. She likes listening to music. Music is her favorite thing right
Mostly
now.
cool dad.
3-6 Mafia?
Yeah.
No.
Well, hold on. My daughter doesn't listen to this show. What?
Why do I
That's
get
easier to
blamed
explain.
for it?
I'm not blaming you. It's both of our faults.
So we did watch some of your films at the film festival as
right.
well
Yes.
as on your website. You mentioned Marceline.
Mm-hmm.
We watched that at the film festival. I watched it again on your website.
So did I.
And it's a great film. I
So
love
awesome.
it. So it's let me see. I have it written down here. Where did I put it? I didn't even finish the description.
Come on.
okay.
You go ahead and describe it. For us.
Well, so Marceline, we're actually turning it into a
Do
web
Manny's
series.
job for him.
Yes. No, Marceline, we're actually turning it into a web series coming the beginning of 2018.
I saw that. That's
so
cool.
it's going to be an 8-part mini episodes and stuff like that. And what it is it's the imagination of a child, pretty much capsuled in
Right.
an episode.
Yeah.
And so like the episode would be in our case, Marceline growing up. You know, I'm not saying I had ADHD, but like I couldn't really pay attention a lot.
Yeah.
So we made Marceline's character that kind of kid that's like always loves playing.
Right.
And so whenever she has to do something, she gets distracted very easily. And we have a whole thing set up to where every episode she learns a different life lesson, but it also pulls
that's
her.
cool.
It pulls her
that's
in.
cool.
It pulls her into different things. Like one episode is all archaeology. One episode is all like dinosaurs. One episode is all like
that's
pirates.
interesting.
stuff
When did you
like
say
that.
that's gonna?
That's gonna be coming out in January. So
Oh,
we're actually
okay,
gonna
cool.
be filming that next month, and it's gonna be just an 8-part little thing, so we can send it off to film festivals and stuff like that. And
That's really
Yeah,
awesome.
it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
because we saw a few at the festival, and then I watched I think pretty much everything on the website, and yeah, from that day, like that one was my favorite one, just because I had my daughter's 6, and between that and then the Dad Survival Guide was like my two. Those were the two best ones.
that was actually her first time she ever did
Oh, really?
anything. Yeah,
That's awesome.
we did a showcase, and that was the first showcase I ever did. And we put that one together like in one day, and she was. I thought,
Oh, wow.
okay, she's not gonna want to do this, but no, she was pretty good on it. And
That's awesome.
and
I love the homemade costumes, like her Power Ranger outfit.
Oh yeah,
Like cut out of like
Yeah,
paper. Like I
that's
was
cool.
like, this is so awesome because it's like all that stuff of reminding me of a kid of being like, I can make all this stuff, you know, and just the creativity behind it was just so cool. I loved all of it.
yeah. We try to make a majority of my films, with the exception of some projects like Marceline and one of the web series, they were all low budget. So we try to make it to where if we can inspire someone and someone can
Yeah.
do it on their own, they can find the stuff in their house and they can build it, or they can ask their friends for help. We're doing 3 actual mini-series, 3 web series next year. One's called Chronofilm, which is more of an adult show. Marceline, which is a kid's show, and Delivery Boys, which is an adult comedy. And all 3 of them are intertwined. So, characters from Delivery Boys, I play a character in Delivery Boys, and I play Marceline's dad in Marceline. So it's like whenever I go to work, the show is Delivery Boys. Whenever I come home, it's Marceline.
So
Whenever-
it's the same character.
It's the same characters in
Oh,
the same
that's pretty
universe.
cool.
They're just
That's
kind of
awesome.
mixed. You know what I mean?
Nice. I
That's
like
funny.
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And so we have that stuff coming out. So that's pretty fun.
So I also watched. We watched it at the film festival. Are all the stories taken?
Right.
Yes.
That was a
Oh,
pretty good one. I
that
like
one was
that one.
funny.
He was frustrated by the end where there's somebody trying to write a paper at the last minute, and without giving too much away, the character is pretty much is frustrated by the end because he does finish his.
Yeah.
But
when I said like everything is mixed, all of my short films, with the exception of the Dad Survival Guide, are all connected. Every
Oh,
single one.
nice.
So there's always a character that has a background, a name, or whatever. I don't know if did you guys see the book one that was at the festival or not? It's on my
I don't
website.
think I saw that
Well,
one.
I
I
have
saw
a
the
trailer.
trailer.
They have a
Yeah.
trailer.
Yeah.
So that one is actually currently in the independent film circuit right now.
Okay,
So it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
at
Nice.
festivals. And that one is about a killer book that basically has a demon inside of it, and anybody who reads it, it comes out and tries to kill you, pretty much.
Oh, cool.
So it's a horror film. Well,
nice.
the main character of that film is the teacher that was missing at the end of Our Little Stories Taken.
Oh,
So
that's
the reason
cool.
why he didn't show
I
up to
like that.
class.
That's cool.
I like that.
Yeah, so
That's
like
awesome.
a lot of our stuff is like all mixed up, and that one was really fun. We did that one for the Merced College Film Festival their first year, and we won first place,
That's
which was cool.
badass.
Nice.
It was a lot of fun.
Nice. I also watched the commercial for the Evil Dead musical promo.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought that was hilarious. I didn't expect him trying to cross the road and taking like a lot of time. The demon.
Oh,
or
yeah,
I thought that was pretty funny. Well, how long have you been making films?
Well, professionally, I've been doing it for about 4 or 5 years now. But before that, it was, kind of hit and miss there a little bit since I was like, 18. I'm 27 now, but it was, what it was, I gotta take a deep breath for this one.
I'm ready.
When I wanted to go to school out of high school and go for film school, it was so expensive, and the market at the time, it was just like ridiculous. It was a lot of money to go, a lot of money to save up. My mom and my dad, they own a store in my hometown, and they made enough, for me and my brothers to have a comfortable life. But at the same time, it was like if I tried to go apply for certain financial aids, it would be very difficult for me to qualify for it.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't want to ask them to spend all this abundance amount of money on stuff. And, it's kind of hard. Like, you need who in the industry when you get out of school. So it's kind of not a guarantee when you get out.
Yeah, definitely.
So what I decided to do was I tried to, pick up a camera, start doing stuff on my own. I met a man by the name of Harry Monk. He lives in Manteca. He was in Rambo. He was in a whole bunch of other movies. He was a stunt performer.
Oh, wow.
And he's a really nice guy, and he took me under his wing and taught me everything that I know. And then after working with him for a few years and stuff, I started got my license. I started my own business. And then with the help of my wife, we would film wrestling shows, wrestling events in Sacramento. We would do a whole bunch of commercials. We do weddings, quinceañeras, stuff like that. And then on the side, I would make short films. And then eventually it got to the point to where one day my dad at his work got a call that they were looking for a location for a film from Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And I answered the phone and I was like, hey, I can help you around the area. I do short films. And I gave him my resume and showed him my reel. And the next thing I knew, I was walking on a film set as a second unit director.
That's
So I was like,
Badass.
I was kind of like, what the heck, like a second assistant director. And it was cool because my job at the time was locally. So they filmed in Los Angeles, but also filmed in the Merced area. And my job at the time was to, work with the actors and stuff. And the director of that film, his name was Micah Gallo. He was really cool, taking me under his wing and kind of like,
That's
being
great.
really cool with me, like, okay, let's teach you the ropes and everything. And it was really cool. And ever since then, just job after job after job. And
That's
it paid off.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great that it worked out that way for you.
Yeah.
So have you always been into films? How early
Ever since
in
I was
your life? 5. Okay.
Yeah,
at 5, you knew you wanted to be a filmmaker, or you were
At
just
5 years old, I knew I wanted to be a storyteller. When I see films, I don't see films as in money or mansions or whatever. I see films as in telling a story. You know what I mean? So like when I was a little kid, I would love reading books. I would love seeing pictures. I love pirates. I'd love a whole bunch of stuff. And I was like, I want to do something with this. And it wasn't until I got older I figured out, oh, film does all of this. I can,
Yes.
So I wanted to do that. And, film was like my heart go-to thing that I loved. And
That's awesome.
yeah, it's always been like that.
So what do you prefer doing out of everything that you do? Director, writer, producer. Is there
Actor.
one thing? Actor, is there one thing you like to do the most, or do you like to just be involved? You like to be the person that's doing it all?
I like directing. Up until recently, I've done some work with some people where I directed, or I just did director of photography, and it was other people involved and stuff like that. And so I kind of like got that one little piece of the cog where I was controlling the whole ship. But I like directing because I like taking a story from literally nothing and then creating something out of it.
That's awesome.
So that's what I like doing.
That's cool. Oh, I'm surprised Buddy hasn't asked you this because he likes to ask this question, but I'm going to beat him to it.
What's up?
What's your dream job? Do
My
you
dream
have a
job?
dream job? Yeah. If you haven't already done it.
Actually,
that's
the funny part.
Let me say this. You got a lot of influence from Star Wars in this, right?
Yeah.
So
What?
I see that you
No
like
way.
Star Wars.
Yes.
So that's what made me think of this question. What is your dream job?
My dream job, and also the most terrifying thing I could possibly ever do in my life, would possibly be to direct a Star Wars spin-off film. Not a Star Wars film.
A
A
spin-off.
spin-off. And here's the reason why. A Star Wars film has so much weight on it,
Oh yeah,
so much people expecting so much of it, that I would even be terrified to do it.
sure.
You know, I'm pretty sure, given if it fell in my lap tomorrow, I wouldn't tell Disney no. I'd be like, yes, in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But I'd be
Probably just
terrified of it.
Crap your pants. and
Right.
then
Sure.
Right.
Sign on the
I'd
dotted
feel-
line.
I'd feel-
Vomit for a
Yeah.
week.
Exactly.
You know?
Clean up and then sign on the.
I'd
dotted
feel a
line.
little better doing a spin-off film, because I feel like a spin-off film has a little more of its own kind of tone to it.
Yeah.
Sure.
If done right.
You better watch out. Buddy's going to hate on you.
No, I know.
like a
What did I
Han Solo
say?
Okay.
What did I say?
It's
No,
okay.
but like, what about something like Rebels? Like, if you got a chance to do,
If I got a chance to work on that show, yes. And like in a heartbeat.
because like I like that how they spun off, you know,
Yeah.
but it's still semi like close to the universe. Or are you talking about something
Well,
like the?
There is one thing though. I would direct if Ryan Johnson's ever listening to this, right? I'm totally down to direct one of your new trilogy
Yeah.
films that's
Yeah.
coming out
Yeah.
in 2021. Like that is a totally
Just in
new,
time.
uncharted area that does not follow the Skywalker family. So that might be something that would be like, okay, yeah, that'd be awesome, because then I don't have all this weight of what happens to Luke Skywalker at the end of the film.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna find out in about a month. So
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
So anything outside of Star Wars that you like or you're interested in?
I like a lot of things. I like music and writing things, and I think right now, currently at the moment, like my main priority is film, but I like all aspects of just storytelling and entertainment and stuff. So
What about the franchise? Are you interested in other franchises?
Oh, yeah.
Is there some? Or you? Yeah. Okay. So like,
Oh,
what,
yeah.
what else do you like?
so
Besides Star Wars, what's the next? in
besides
line?
Star Wars, next in line would probably be, and then this is gonna be like way out there in left field. People that know me would probably catch this. People that don't know me would be like, where the hell does it come from? I would like the chance to film a live action anime and do it right.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
Like do it properly. Like
Is there anybody out there that's kind of done it right or close to right?
In your eyes,
I don't know his name off the top of my head, but there was this Japanese director that there's a show called Rurouni Kenshin, and they did like a live action 3-part movie. That movie was amazing, and it was done in a way to where it paid homage to the cartoon,
Yeah.
but it did it in a real world setting where it didn't look awkward, it didn't look weird. It was something that people really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you have other ones that they fall flat.
Like Death Note.
horribly. Yeah, Death Note's funny. Me and my wife were watching Death Note. If you don't watch the anime,
Sure.
it's a good movie.
It is.
If you don't watch the anime,
Well,
I've been wanting to watch it.
I don't know. Here's the thing.
just to
Here's
see
the
the
thing. You know what's
costume.
funny is I watched it before I watched the anime because after I
okay.
saw it get panned, and I'm like, oh, I need to watch this. Like, I have to watch it. And I watched it, and I liked almost everything except for the main character,
Okay.
the guy who plays the main character. Like, but yeah, no, the anime is like just amazing.
Yeah.
Comparatively,
Yeah,
after you see, and it's just like,
comparatively,
what
yeah.
are you doing?
yeah.
But yeah.
I'd want to do that one movie where everybody across the board, both people who love comic books or anime, could go watch it and be like, I love that movie, alongside someone who knows nothing about it.
Yeah.
I'm
what I
still
mean?
waiting for a Gundam movie.
I am waiting for that.
Yeah, that would
Yes,
be dope. As
that
you
would
can
be
see,
amazing.
I got those. I got the 5 originals sitting up there.
That would be amazing.
That would be pretty dope.
I'll make a short fan film for you.
Oh, that'd be great. Awesome. I want to see Marceline in a Gundam suit. You
Hey,
know, she's
never-
jumping out of the chest.
Hey,
Manny
they-
wants to have a
hey,
small part in it.
There is actually one episode and this is, I've talked to her about this a few days ago. There's one episode that's lined up that's an anime episode, so I can make that happen.
Oh,
I could put her in.
nice. That'd be
So yes.
Yeah.
So, you know, I noticed that. I had a question. Marceline, when we were talking about Marceline, it came up. Is when I was watching it, I noticed her lightsaber had a very unique color.
Yes.
And I was just curious to know who chose her color. Did she choose her own color?
I
or
wanted
was
to ask that too.
Yeah.
She chose her own color.
Yeah.
I showed her a list, like a whole thing of lightsabers,
Uh-huh.
and she was kind of leaning towards what's called the dark saber, which exists in Star Wars.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
And she saw that. She goes, I like that. She goes, but I wanted a different color. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, I like the black. I just want the round outside a different color. And then we went down the list, and she finally picked the one that she
Is
wanted.
the dark
Purple.
saber the one in Rebels?
Yes.
It got introduced in Rebels?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
It's a
existing.
Mandalorian.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
lightsaber.
Mandalorian lightsaber. Yeah, and I've been trying to do that live act. Like we did a short film called Vector, which was a 30-minute short film.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of it. Yeah.
and we it was as far as putting it online, a lot of people liked it so far, and it's the first real take on zombie stormtroopers.
So
that's
Yeah.
that's not written already, because people have done, they've done adaptions of books, they've done adaptions of comic books or whatever.
Yeah.
Ours takes place after the books, so it doesn't touch any characters you know and love. It's a completely brand new set of things.
You said that it. I can't remember what you said. It took part, or Vector takes place between what movies?
It takes place between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
So like where Vector ends, like literally the end of the last film, the characters get on the Millennium Falcon just as basically as this is a way for us to get to our next location,
right?
And they fly to Hoth, and that's where it ends right there.
That's cool.
Awesome.
So yeah, we just didn't have Harrison Ford, so I had to,
Well,
You probably reached out, he just didn't get back
yeah,
to
I
you.
probably did. Actually, I did reach out to the one of the guys that does his impersonations.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and he got back to me. He was like, "No, my schedule's too freaking crazy, and I'm in New York all this month and stuff like that." And I was like, "Oh, okay, it's cool. At least I got a response." Like he was nice, but
that's cool.
You should have asked Buddy. He thinks he's Han Solo.
Yeah.
I am Han Solo. I don't know what you guys are talking about here.
Next time.
Yeah, there
next
we go.
time.
I like it.
Okay, you do all kinds of stuff. Not only film, but you do commercials. You film weddings. You're basically on commission.
Pretty much.
How do you approach each thing differently? Like I watched a commercial, I watched a music video, and I watched your films. Do you approach each type of film or project differently?
Yes and no. It just depends on whether there's a client or not. Like if there's a client that's asking for a specific thing, or if there's a contest that has a specific set of rules, then I take that into consideration, and then I kind of come up with an idea, and then I show it to them and be like, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And we figure something out together. If it's something completely from scratch, I just kind of like, sit down in my office or wherever the hell I'm at, if, inspiration strikes, and I start writing down a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
And through the course of elimination of asking random family members, because I talk a lot at home, right? And like I'll talk about films all the time, and my family thinks I'm just rambling on. Well, sometimes I'll talk to my mom or I'll talk to my dad about a certain thing, and I just want to get feedback on what they think.
Okay.
So after the course of like 3 or 4 months, I figured out a storyline. Like, okay, and then I make a film, and they're just like, "Where'd you think of this?" And I'm like, "Well, you gave me the idea for it."
Yeah.
we've been
6
talking
months
about it
ago.
for 3. What are you doing?
Exactly. It's
Did
like,
you hear me talk?
Didn't you hear me talking for like 20 minutes back there? Yeah. So it's just basically it varies from project to project.
All right. Well, that's cool. Logan sent you our regular Hardly Heroes questions.
Yes.
To kind of prep you a little bit. What, you got something to say? Go ahead.
I had a quick question.
No, yeah, please.
Oh,
Go
All
ahead.
right.
Whoa.
All right.
But it is to the group, actually.
Okay.
Is what I
okay.
wanted to ask. If you had one day left and you could watch either the newest Star Wars that's about to come out,
It's about to come out.
the last season of Game of Thrones,
That
or the newest Avengers, or Justice League, which one would you pick?
Say that again one more time.
I got
So
it,
it is-
buddy. I got it.
So it's Star Wars, the newest Star Wars, how it would end.
Yes.
So you get that, Game of Thrones, the newest Avengers that's about to come out, or Justice League. Which one would you pick? If you had one day, you could only watch one of them.
Game of Thrones.
Avengers.
Star Wars.
I picked Game of Thrones. I put in 7 years of my life to this show. But somebody asked me that, and I was really thinking about it, and I wanted to say Star Wars.
Sure.
But I was like, no, I love these characters, but Harrison Ford is already gone. You know what I mean? Princess Leia.
Spoiler alert. Jesus.
I wouldn't be so quick on that one.
Oh.
He's gonna
whoa.
I would not be so quick on
come
that
back
one.
as
I know some
lady
things about
what?
the movie. I know a little bit of things about it. I search the darkest places you can possibly find. And I
dear.
basically
And the
tell people,
internet?
hey, what do you know about Star Wars? Well, I know this. And it kind of comes back to where it trickles down to where, like, there might be flashbacks.
Han Solo's coming back as Lady Stoneheart.
There it is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
there you
there
go.
you go.
Boom.
Yes.
I was trying to think of that name too.
Yeah, it's like, I think I got it right.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's just, I feel like the new characters, I mean, I love them, but not as much as I love the old films. So I was just like, I really want to know how they end Game of Thrones. But
Yeah.
Why'd you throw Justice League in there?
Right?
Like, doesn't everybody
because
know?
it comes out today.
Yeah, it does come on
It
today.
does.
I was trying
I had
to
that
be
on my list.
relevant.
But wait a minute. You just asked if tomorrow was our last day, right? So
Yeah.
So couldn't you pick 2? Couldn't you go see Justice
No,
League
no,
tonight?
Yeah.
You only get one. I know, right?
get one?
If you did two, it'd be Star Wars. And
I want to
Game
know
of
who
Thrones.
picked
okay.
Justice League.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nick.
Out of here. What are you watching TV wise? What are you into right now?
Currently at the moment, not really anything because I've been busy
Don't
so
have
much.
time.
Yeah, I don't have time.
Yeah, he just drove here from the
Yes,
set.
yes.
I mean,
It's just,
geez.
no. I think TV wise, as far as like actually seeing things on TV, I haven't really been watching TV lately. Mainly, we've been doing the whole Netflix thing where you binge watch a series.
Well,
and stuff.
that's
So
kind of
yeah,
how we're
so
watching stuff too.
So I really don't know at the moment. I don't know. There's some concepts and some things that I've seen that I like.
Okay.
And there's some things I'm like, okay, I'll check that out when I have free time, and then 3 months passes and you're just
Yeah.
like, where
Mr.
was my
Robot.
free time? Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So good.
that was one thing that I saw, and I was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
So, what was the last show that stands out to you that you actually dedicated yourself?
you guys are
to?
gonna laugh at this, but
No, I
the
can't
last
wait.
show that I was dedicated
Sex
to.
in the City.
Right. I was just gonna say.
Yes, no,
beating
no,
everybody
it
to
was
the punch.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
No,
show.
as long as
That
it
was
a
a
good
while
one.
ago, but no, me and my wife kind of we watched that one from beginning to end, and then my mom and dad got hooked on it, and they were watching it from beginning to end, and then they were asking us questions because we were ahead of them. We were kinda, like trying to play the whole thing. But
That's fun.
that is a very good show. I've heard a lot
That's a
of things
great
like
one.
the ending has set that thing to where like every TV show that ends now has tried to top that last
Oh yeah.
episode, and it's like a high mark.
Well, it's tough. It's like, how
Yeah.
often do we get a show that ends and everybody's like, I love the ending?
Well, and that's
Yeah.
the thing is,
6 feet under.
I remember
that was a good
because
one.
that show ended the same time Dexter ended. And Dexter, I think if that show's ending wouldn't have been at the same time that Dexter's was, they're like 2 weeks apart. They're both series finales. And Dexter's was fine, but it was like garbage compared to Breaking Bad's. And it was so bad. But yeah, it was great.
One thing I noticed that we watched The Walking Dead up until like the third, fourth season, and then it kind of like started getting crazy, and then
It's
you know what I
a
mean?
smart choice.
Yeah.
What
it
was
started getting
what was
crazy.
fourth season about?
Okay. So,
Wasn't that Alexander?
Yeah.
Camp, prison,
Or
yeah,
Alexandria.
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 I love the comic books, and I'd read the comic books and stuff like that, and I'd watch the TV show and be like, okay, this is happening, you know what I mean? And then they started straying from it, and it's a good thing, for TV and stuff to be separate, but I feel like some episodes are just kind of like fillers. And
No,
then
it's
they
true.
kinda
What do you
go
mean?
Weird,
Half
and
the
it's like-
season is filler. You're just like, God, this is so boring.
Hey, where I stopped at, it was like half the episodes are fillers. Now, apparently, I haven't seen the new season.
It's
so I
okay.
don't.
You're not missing much. I'm still watching, and I'm just like,
So how often do you watch stuff? Well, you're not watching stuff lately, but do you watch stuff and you go, oh, they made that decision because it's a budget thing?
Yeah,
It's
all
like
the time.
you're just breaking it
Yeah,
down.
well, actually, recently we went to go watch Thor Ragnarok. And-
Okay.
Oh,
All
what'd
right.
you think?
Okay, so here's the thing. I gotta give that movie an A+ just for making my daughter say "devil's anus" out loud in the movie theater. That was amazing. It was funny. It was hilarious. I like the movie. Okay, so I've never really watched any of the Thor movies. This is the first Thor movie I've ever
Really?
watched.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that you have an interesting perspective.
I have an interesting perspective. I've watched all the Captain America movies.
Yeah.
I've watched all the other ones. I've never watched Thor movies, and it wasn't because like I didn't have anything against Thor. I just never went to the theaters when those movies came out, and then I never really saw them at home because I didn't have time. So this movie, my daughter, we went to Disneyland, and she saw the experience or whatever when they show the Hulk and everything. She's like, I want to go see that movie. So when it came out, me and my dad and my wife, and my daughter, and my brother and his girlfriend and everybody else, we went to go see it all together, and it was a good movie. But I don't have
liked
anything
it.
else to compare it to, so I can't compare it to the first two. You know what I mean?
So yeah,
So-
I mean, if you were able to, if anybody here was able to watch Thor for the first time, would that change your idea of how good it was?
I like how he's staring across the table.
Because he's the hater over
I
here.
am. I just
It's just basically whoever sits in that seat is a hater.
it's true.
Good thing I'm
Jeff
sitting on this side.
Goldblum was Jeff Goldblum. Like
And everybody wanted that.
Yeah.
I didn't want that though. I
What-
wish he
what-
was just different. Like I'm just like, oh, I feel like I'm watching Jurassic Park. You know
Or
what I mean?
anything else he was. Yeah,
Or
that's just
anything
who he
he's
is.
been in.
Yeah,
and it's just all they did was dress him up weird, and they're like, all right, just be Jeff
'Cause he's a
Goldblum.
weirdo.
And then
That-
like Hulk talking wasn't really fun. I felt like what they did is those short films that they did with Thor,
Right.
and him having
His friend
His
Carl
friend.
or whatever it was.
whatever.
Korg.
They saw
No,
how
No,
Popular-
the
it's how
yeah,
how
popular it was.
popular it was, and they're like,
Yeah.
let's just make that.
I thought
Yeah.
he was going
And
to be
it
in the
felt
movie, by the
like
way.
Guardians. You know?
That was one thing. I did feel like it was kind of rushed that they just automatically Hulk started talking out of nowhere in one movie.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that I know that they're setting everything up for Infinity Wars. And
Right.
apparently, Hulk has stuff to say in that movie.
Oh,
so let's
yeah.
make him talk in this one. You know what I mean? They couldn't
Yeah.
tease it throughout the other films and like give him one word at the end of Ultron and be like, what? You
Yeah.
just talked? You know what I mean? But I don't know. was a good. I liked it.
Okay.
I just
2 words. Puny God.
yeah.
There's your progress.
Okay, okay. There's there.
Yeah.
I missed that one.
It was all right.
Okay. Okay. So can we get into the questions now? Hardly.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say?
No, it's
I just derail.
I'm sorry.
not derailed.
Now
Don't worry.
that
You're making the
Manny's
show better.
a
I know.
Spartan, he just looks down upon us.
I'm not wearing the chain. I would be.
He's harumphing us.
Oh, harumph!
Okay, so like I said, we have the typical Hardly Heroes questions that I'm sure Logan sent to you.
Right.
Yes.
So we're gonna go over those. Those are always fun to get.
This is my favorite time of the show.
Yeah.
when
Okay, why? So
people
you just
answer
rip
these.
into my answers?
No, because I love to hear what people. I mean, you can't get any worse than mannequin hands.
Okay.
Whoa,
Hulk
hey,
hands,
that
mannequin
was
limbs.
Mannequin
Hey,
limbs,
limbs, sorry.
Hulk hands, wonderful choices. That's all I'm going to say.
I think they're great questions because they really kind of show.
We even had. Remember the villain? We had this CJ on, and
Yeah.
she said her villain was her stepdad, and
Yeah.
I was like, favorite villain, stepdad.
Ow.
All right,
That was,
Ouch.
it's real
it
talk.
was burn.
I like Captain Pollution so far. That's my
Go,
favorite.
Captain Pollution,
answer.
yeah.
No, that was
that was Mike Jin.
I like how he just
Mike
said
Jin,
it.
my best friend.
I just want to sample the way he said it. Captain Pollution.
Yeah.
We just sample that and use it from. No, I think the questions kind of give a lot of personality about our guests, so it's kind of cool to see. So first one on the list was you are a filmmaker. We wanted to know what your top 5 films are.
My top 5 films.
Top 5 films.
Okay, that's the.
Is that tough?
oh,
you need
right,
to
yeah.
write
Wife
it down.
smile-
She's
smiled
smiled because
behind you.
she's never gotten this answer.
Oh wow.
Oh,
So this is the
love
first day.
It's
This is the
a
first time I've
Hardly
ever answered
Heroes
this. Okay,
first.
so
Exclusive.
my top 5 films and this is in no particular order. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So this is top 5 in no particular. Raiders of the Lost Ark
Awesome.
good one.
Great movie.
because I love that movie. Another one is Casablanca.
Okay.
I like that
I've
movie.
ever seen that movie?
Yeah, I like that movie just because it's a good way to tell a story. Yeah, she's just kind of like, what? Right? She probably
Totally
didn't even
mouthed
she
that.
probably didn't even know that I watched that movie. Another one that I like, and it's a very, very long movie, is Gone with the Wind.
Wow.
And
Oh, wow.
I like that movie because
That's funny. Is I've actually watched that movie a ton because that's
Yeah.
my mom's favorite movie.
that's my mom's favorite. My mom likes that movie too.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
I
mom's
like that movie.
obsessed with it.
Another one is Metropolis, and that's a silent film. And
I've
that's
heard
from
it.
like
I've heard
the
of it.
19
Yeah,
that,
I've heard
that,
of that one.
that film just technologically is the reason why I love it, because what they accomplished in the 1920s is insane compared to our standards. It's like someone doing a movie today and doing like 5D, which is completely weird, right?
Yeah.
And blowing everybody's mind. That's how that movie is to the time frame.
Go watch that.
Yeah, and then the last one has to be Star Wars: The New Hope.
Yeah.
A New Hope,
The
really?
New Hope, the original one, the original cut
Oh.
of A New Hope.
Oh yeah,
The gritty. I had the VHS as a kid. I wore that
Oh,
thing
yeah.
down.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
great.
You know what I mean? And that was just because the same thing. Technology was just like your brain was exploding because you're just like, what am I watching here? You know what I mean?
I'm more of an Empire guy, but I can still get behind
It's
A
okay.
New Hope.
Yeah, I
I
like
mean-
A New Hope just because that was the first time anybody's ever seen that. And
Yeah.
in itself, if you literally take out all the other movies, you don't have any baggage on it. It's literally good versus evil, one continuous story, one contained movie. Whereas if you watch Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, all the other ones, they always have that thing where they end on a cliffhanger for the next movie. And it's like, I like those movies that just stand alone, even if they're a part of a trilogy. They stand alone because it's really like the epitome of good storytelling.
Well, that's interesting that you say
Yeah.
that because with the trilogies that we're getting nowadays, that second movie always just kind of feels like there's really no beginning and there's really no end.
Yeah.
And I love these trilogies, but I don't feel like I get the most out of the second movie ever.
Yeah.
Whether it's Hunger Games,
Bad
or,
Moms too.
I'm not gonna put I'm not gonna put the Dark Knight trilogy in there because I think that was my favorite
Exception to the rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
'Cause that trilogy is just
I
amazing.
like the Dark Knight movie. I really do, and my wife, that's one of her favorite movies. She
Yeah.
loves that movie.
Smart.
I just wish they would have done more with Heath Ledger's Joker in that movie.
one. If only he wouldn't have passed.
You know what I mean?
They
Like
would've probably brought him
I
back.
wish they would have given him more screen time, more interaction, more of that. Kind of.
What sucks is
setting
that
up.
movie was already just so long already. Like
Yeah,
they.
But that's what sucks. Yeah, because it was long, but it was that movie's just good, and it's like you see his portrayal, and you're just like, I wonder where Joker's character would have fit and played.
Well, they already had
the other one.
Yeah, they already had a script made for the third one. He was going to be in it, and then they had to start over again, which I actually like the third one a lot. I really like
so I would actually like to talk to the actual writer that wrote the Batman trilogies and ask him, where was the Joker in the last movie? Like, literally get closure to that book.
I really thought they were going to show him locked up in Arkham Asylum. And I'd been like, cool. I'm cool with that, knowing that he's in there.
Right.
But at the same time, they all break out. So it's kind of like, well, what do you do?
I mean, they could have teased it and showed like a card or something, like he escaped, you hear his laugh or whatever, just you loop it. But I was like,
Well, they probably didn't expect that he wasn't going to be back for the third one. I love The Dark Knight. That's my favorite out of the trilogy. But the way it ends with him just hanging, that was the last time you see him in the whole movie. That is so odd to me. It is just so weird that this big character, his last scene in the movie is just him hanging.
My brother actually showed me there's actually an alternate, I don't know if it's a script or if it's something that's out there where you can read it, and it basically was in the beginning stages before they got to the final script. Their intention was to have him fall to his death. And then have somebody else take up the Joker persona in the next movie after that. And I was like, and I saw that my brother was telling me about it, and I was reading what he was looking at, and I was just like, I don't think that would have ended. That wouldn't have had the same impact.
It just reminded me of the Tim Burton version.
Yeah, it would have done the same thing. Like, they were trying to repeat history, and I like how they just kind of like left it there. We're like, well, what the hell happened to him?
Yeah.
And that was the best part of his Joker, is that he didn't feel like he was really doing anybody else's Joker. He was doing his own.
Did you not like
Jared Leto?
Yeah, Jared Leto's Joker.
I actually like Jared Leto's Joker in its own way. I think they should have showed it more. I am very, very concerned, and if my memory serves me correctly, it's still this guy. I'm very, very concerned and a little weird about Leonardo DiCaprio's Joker.
Yeah.
So he's going to do it in the Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, he's the Martin Scorsese origin story, even though he's way older than Jared Leto.
I just like Jared Leto's look. Like, I was really excited for that mob slicked hair back.
The only thing I don't like about Suicide Squad is, like, the timelines are all over the place. Because when you look at Batman versus Superman, right, and you look at the timelines in Suicide Squad, he's wooing Harley Quinn while he's in Arkham. She's not Harley Quinn yet. His teeth are all bashed in. That tells me that Robin's already dead. Right?
Oh, yeah.
That also tells me that all these other things have happened, yet the way you're looking at him, he was like in his prime, yet he has all these certain tattoos that tell a story. So in my head, it's like, so Batman didn't meet the Joker until like 2 years before Dawn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I thought he had beef and had history with this guy. I feel like that's the one thing that all the Justice League, all the DC movies, they lack. Like, they try to cram so much information that it slips through the cracks on some of their backstory.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
just can't get it together.
After this Justice League, get ready for Justice League Ultimate Edition, because they have so much extra content. Because they had to cut it down. They cut it down to under 2 hours.
In the Blu-ray version, we're getting the Snyder edition and the Whedon edition.
We're gonna have a 5-hour Justice League movie
I'm bringing it all on.
in the ultimate, super ultimate hyperdrive loop edition.
Bring
It's
it.
gonna be great.
Hyperactive hyperdrive.
There it is. I'm sorry.
Next one was, do you have a favorite superhero?
Yeah, actually, I do have a favorite superhero.
Who is
so back and forth. My favorite superhero probably has to be Batman.
Okay,
Yeah.
Good choice. Yeah, nice
Very
solid
good
choice.
Yeah, I like Batman. I was back and forth with this for a few days, kind of like thinking about it.
Yeah,
but like, I like Batman just because he's got a Batcave. He's got cool shit. He doesn't have superpowers.
That's my thing.
It's like my wife, she loves Batman. You know what I mean? And it's I like Iron Man, but I feel like Iron Man is too much of a jerk. And I like how Bruce Wayne's just kind of like Iron Man's kind of like, he's a jerk, but that fits his persona. Batman's just like, he's so badass, he doesn't even need to be a jerk. He disappears when you turn around. You don't even know where he goes. So
Right.
I like Batman.
Now, Buddy had we had an argument. I don't know if you ever got to that episode. I don't know if it's still up, but the difference between a hero and a superhero, and he does not consider Batman to be a superhero.
No, he wouldn't be a superhero. However, things that
You
he
agree.
does, things that he does makes him super. And the reason being is because I personally know people who are police officers and who are firefighters and stuff like that. And once a person, puts their lives in the line of duty, they become a hero, but they don't see themselves as a hero. Well,
Right.
if you're a hero saving the city from this guy who's trying to blow it up with a nuke, you're not just a hero, you're a superhero because you're doing something that way the hell out there is in left field. That's my take on it.
So you're saying that you can graduate from a hero to a superhero?
Yes, you can.
So it doesn't matter if you have powers or not.
It doesn't matter if you have powers, if you're born with powers, because there's a whole bunch of superheroes that got got powers later in life.
So it's more your.
I take back my yelling yes.
It's your level of heroism then, not what got you to the point to be able to be a hero.
Right.
And remember, Manny, that doesn't mean you someday are going to be a superhero.
Hey, you never
or
know.
A super
According
Spartan.
to Chris,
Super
I still have a
Spartan.
chance.
Super Spartan. If I ever see a picture of him like lifting a truck over his head and saving an orphan,
I mean, I don't know how we can say no to that.
The one on the photo on Instagram is more like me like trying to gasp for air under muddy water.
Oh my God. So many people were just like commenting on that picture, and somebody was like, oh, look at those arms. And Manny's like, I haven't worked out in weeks. He's like, I was going to put that I lost my contact in the mud, and I was trying to
I made everybody stop for 20 minutes. Added 20 minutes to everybody's race. No, do you have a favorite villain?
Yes.
Okay. Who it is?
You
Who
guys
is it?
I think you guys can guess this one.
Joker.
Yeah.
Joker's my favorite villain.
All right.
Great villain.
Yeah.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
If I had a superpower, it would probably to be immortal.
Really? You
Wow.
want to live forever?
That's a
huh?
hard.
However, I would want my ability to where I can choose if I want to die. If I want to,
it's like an on and off switch.
It's like an on and off switch. You know what I
Assisted
mean? Like
suicide.
Exactly.
Oh dear.
No. So,
Well, you just took this really
Like-
cool superpower and you turned it really dark.
Hear me out. Like I can grow old with the people I love, right? And I can die when I'm ready to die. But if I'm put into a situation where I have to save people's lives, nothing can kill me. That
Whoa.
kind of immortal.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
So that that.
So
But then when
can
you
dig it.
die with these people, then you don't get to come back?
No, I pass on the power to somebody else.
Okay.
See?
So it's more
I thought of that one.
impervious.
Yeah.
kind of,
Impervious,
I
yeah,
think.
impervious.
Almost like Luke
Because
Cage.
you still
like
wanna
a little
die.
Exactly. Yeah.
you still want to die.
I don't
not right now.
want to be left alone everywhere for the rest of my
Yeah,
life.
that
Well,
would
because that's what would be hard about being immortal is
Yeah.
like watching everybody else die around you.
Yeah,
It's
when
like-
I was a kid, I always wondered why was Dracula such a jerk, and then I figured, oh, it's because he lives forever. And,
yeah.
yeah,
Those
I
damn
don't want that.
fangs. Yeah, they're hard to keep in your mouth.
Hey, keep biting your tongue, you know.
So if you had a weakness, what would it be?
Pumpkin pie.
Just somebody would throw pumpkin pie at you and
Yes,
just
that-
stop
oh.
you.
It's the
would
worst.
stop me.
Tracks.
No, actually, all they have to do is pull it out of whatever they're holding, and then I would just run to it. 'Cause that happens in real life, but I
There it
love
is.
pumpkin pie. That's my thing.
Seems to be Oreo cookies around here.
Yeah.
Oh, don't bust out any Oreos around
We
us.
tried this. Robin and I tried this weekend the
Pumpkin pie
mystery
Oreos.
the
Oh, yeah,
mystery
yeah.
ones.
We tried those too. I thought you had some because we had Logan and I. Oh, I
Did we-
guess because Brandon brought them.
Oh, the mystery ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Fruit
I didn't-
Loops.
I guess. Yeah, that's what I tasted too.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
tastes like
totally.
Fruit Loops.
But,
Yeah.
but Fruit Loops is a like competing
I know.
competing
I know.
business. Like, oh, all right, whatever.
But yeah, it was Fruit Loops.
That they done fucked up then because it tastes like
Yeah,
Fruit Loops.
It did. It tastes like Fruit
Well,
Loops.
and it was funny is everybody's kind of complaining on the internet. They're like, mystery, you open it up and they're like, smells like Fruit Loops. You know what I mean? They were like, what's so mystery about it?
Well, we
And that's what I
searched
thought
it.
was funny.
We searched it, and it was like, no, it's like the fruity version of your Oreo. That's all it is. It's like, no, it's Fruit
not.
Loops.
It's Fruit Loops.
Loops.
There's a contest to win, so there has to be a specific thing, and it's specifically
maybe it's
Fruit
like
Loops.
maybe it's like Fruit Punch.
Ugh.
Well, all they're
don't
doing
know.
is double dipping. They're gonna be like, "Oh, this is mystery flavor." Then they're gonna come out and be like, "It was really Fruit Loops," and then they're just gonna double buy it again.
Yeah, they're probably under the table splitting it with Fruit
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, there it is.
splitting the profits.
Probably. They learned from Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you in a zombie apocalypse, what would be your weapon of choice? No guns.
A lightsaber.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd have to be. Oh, it's like an actual lightsaber.
Well, no, actually,
Have we
probably
said futuristic weapons are not allowed?
I
We said
think
no
I might have to
guns.
throw that into the.
No.
See,
Okay,
here,
okay.
technically, all Manny said was
I-
no guns.
I would have what's called a pulse laser. It's basically a real laser that exists in real life.
Okay, that's a little bit.
Right,
You can
and it's
explain
more of a
it.
hand one, and it basically ignites anything that it touches.
Okay.
To where you can start fires and get
I
the hell
like
away,
that.
and then it
So is
cuts
it-
flesh.
You can pick
That kind of stuff.
lightsaber, but you have to be a Power Ranger for it to be acceptable. Is that
Alright.
what you're
Alright.
saying?
Who is that?
That was
Deborah
Mike Jin and
Estelle.
Deborah
Mike
Estelle
Jin.
Phillips
Yeah.
land date.
A
Like
lightsaber.
watching them come to it was one of the funniest things that I've
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
seen. But they landed
My
on
God, it's so
lightsaber.
hilarious.
Really was.
At first, she was like the Holy Ghost, and then she was like, and then Mike Jim was like, no, I'd have like a samurai sword, and then she's like, I'd have a lightsaber, and I was like, what the? How did this all come about?
This is it's the panels from CamelCon that we're
Yeah.
referencing, by the way. In case anybody wants to check those out, they're all up on YouTube now.
Yes.
Boom shakalaka.
Look at that plug. I love it. Thanks, Logan.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time. On
I know
it.
he
They're
did.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, I did. And I just figure if you guys get done watching Chris's stuff and you want to watch some really poorly put together movies, but with some really good content, then you just go to the Hardly Heroes YouTube channel and there's some great panels that are up. These guys crushed it. Just fucking bear with me, all right? It was one-man camera. Like, Chris, you can probably relate a little bit.
I completely
And
understand.
I taught myself Premiere while I was making those. So.
Yeah, he
I
did a
give
great
you props
job
for that.
It's a
Yeah,
they're
I
they're
taught myself
hysterical.
on Windows Movie Maker
Oh,
back in the day.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it was horrible, but I learned something real quick. If you learn how to make a film on a Windows Movie Maker, you can do Adobe, Final Cut.
Oh,
you can do anything.
Do it all.
Yeah, you can do it all.
That's awesome.
We usually go through a little bit of news, but I'm going to try to keep it short since we're running out of time, and we do have sidekick mail, so
Yeah.
we want to get through that. What?
What?
Didn't you? Oh yeah. No, we already finished all the questions. That was it.
Yeah, that was unless you guys have more.
Yeah.
No, that was it. Sorry.
And then I have the movies this week. I figured because it's kind of a big week, I wanted to. point
Okay,
those out.
yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, sounds like DC is doomed with Justice League, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we done? We're not going to get a Batman. We're not going to get a Batman.
Well, okay, so I guess I'll just bring it up. So they're just kind of waiting and seeing. Warner Brothers is
We're
going to
not getting a
see
Batman.
if Justice League does as good or better than Thor. If it doesn't do as good
It's
or better,
probably going to make a bunch of money.
right. That's what. At least in China, you know they're going to make their money back in China, but in America, they're like we have even Flash for the Flash movie is kind of on hold to see how Justice League happened. Like even if the Flash is the best character ever, which I hope he is, it's just kind of up in the air.
They got my money.
I know.
Well, we're all watching it, so yes,
Yeah.
they got my money too. And the movie's gonna come out on Blu-ray, and I'm gonna own it. All right, Deadpool 2 trailer.
Oh
You
my
didn't get to
God.
see
Yeah,
it.
I did
You
watch
did get to see
it.
it. Okay.
So
That was
good.
Did you guys all
amazing.
see it? That was great. I was laughing so hard at the Bob Ross.
At first,
stuff.
I was like, "Is this a fan trailer? Is it?" But once I heard Ryan Reynolds' voice, I was like, "Yes, this is awesome."
The little bit that we got of the movie got me really excited. Actually, it looks like it's a little bit more action packed and a little bit more produced, which I
Yeah.
like. Doesn't look like the X-Men mansion is just a green screen in the background.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it looked. I mean, I have all faith in Deadpool from the
Yes.
first one, so I'm just waiting for this.
I'm just hoping a little more action,
Yeah. A little bit more.
Yeah, so it'll. I mean,
less butt shots.
Chris,
I'm okay with the butt shots. I mean, if I have to have a certain amount of butt shots to have more action, I'll take it.
even if it's burned butt.
Whatever.
I don't.
burn butt.
It doesn't. Ryan Reynolds' butt. I just don't need to see anymore.
I don't
I've
need
seen
to
it
see
enough.
Ryan
Do you need to
Reynolds.
see Hulk butt?
No,
right?
I don't like Hulk butt either.
All right.
Hey, if we're talking about, you know what I mean, other girls' butts, then maybe I'd be into that.
Are you talking about Tom Hardy's butt?
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, whoa. We all know, everybody here, who would not want to see Tom Hardy's butt. That is my man crush, and I have fully endorsed that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris, I want to get your opinion about this because I think this is pretty interesting. So the Dark Universe is dead. Yeah. We all know the Universal had an idea to bring together
Yeah.
a franchise of
Yeah.
all their classic characters that consisted of Dracula, Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon, yes,
Right.
Wolfman, and the Mummy crashed hard.
Yeah.
Super hard.
Well,
So-
first, Dracula Untold crash hard
Yeah.
because that was the first one.
right.
That was the first one.
That was
Yeah.
supposed to be in this universe, but then it bombed, and then they're like, okay, let's just quietly hush that away and then
Yeah.
do the Mummy, and then that bombed, and now it's like nothing.
Yeah, I think what they're trying. When I saw the trailer for the Mummy, I was like, okay, oh, this is a Tom Cruise action movie.
Sure.
Wait, no. And then I saw the coffin, and I was like, oh god.
Didn't it look like Mission Impossible?
It did. It looked like Mission Impossible with zombies. That's basically what it looked like. And I'm like, okay, I'm a fan of
Theme song, sell to Universal.
I'm a fan of classic horror films.
Oh yeah.
And like I want Hollywood to go back to that era of making classic scary movies, and don't rely so much on these movies. You know, I understand Marvel hit it out of the park when they connect their universe. I do it with my own films just because of the fact that I have a limited pool of actors, okay? I have like 10 friends who I film with. It's easy for me to make these characters related and then put them in different short films because you can get away with that. Yeah. But Hollywood has all this stuff. You know, come on, make their own zombie movie. Make your own vampire movie.
And I kind of wish they would get away from like CGI and just really try to be heavily on makeup. Make it feel old to me because that's what I like. I like the old feel of a scary movie and not it being so like I can imagine anything, so let's make it. You know, is sometimes showing me less made me more scared.
And we live in a day and age like it's visual effects are getting better and better, but people who do practical effects are also getting better and better at doing practical effects.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we can shit on The Walking Dead all we want, but Greg Nicotero is one of the best zombie makeup artists in the he's the best. And that's all mostly practical effects, all that zombie stuff. You can do it.
Yeah, we also just got done like doing a panel of some like 3 of the best practical effects people in the industry. Yeah, you know, I mean, in the Ghostbusters panel that we did at CampbellCon, honestly, like all the stuff that those guys have done is phenomenal.
It's great.
And I think another thing that it's like film has gotten too much to that point where they have to show the audience everything. Yeah. Whereas back you watch like Alfred Hitchcock and stuff. Like my wife, she loves the movie Hitchcock that talks about how he made Psycho, and we love Psycho. That movie is so much what you don't see is what scares you or makes you kind of think. I think Hollywood needs to get back to that because then you can get away with so much more even with practical effects. You're not relying on a 50-foot tall monster. You're just like you hear the footsteps, you know you're in deep shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Interesting. This is the last thing I had for the news is I really want to get your opinion about this. Steven Soderbergh is filming his next film on an iPhone.
On an iPhone?
Awesome. Entirely on an iPhone. On an iPhone 7 to be exact.
Oh, not a 10?
No, I guess not. No, he said so. The film's name is
7 Plus.
Unsane. We're getting it March 23rd, and it's a horror movie.
Okay,
so,
that could be done.
That happened once before, and I can't remember the name of it. It happened like 3 years ago. There's this. It was an independent film, but it was all on an iPhone. It was 2 or 3 years ago, and the trailer looked great.
Yeah.
Well, Curtis Corona was telling us about that. We're having Curtis Corona on next week. He I don't know if you heard his episode. He's on episode 46, I believe. He was on the set of Logan.
Yeah.
And we were talking about shooting when he was like, "Oh yeah, you could shoot just about anything with an iPhone nowadays."
Yeah.
And it was like sound not so much.
Sure, but
that's the fine line. Is he using a separate sound or is he just filming it?
I would think that it's probably dubbed over later on.
You can get away. Like if you watch on my films that I've done, there's one film that it's called 3:46 a.m. It's basically all first person, and it's a guy who you experience a haunting in real time.
Oh, okay.
So it's all done in first person, and it's a 9-minute video and everything. That whole entire thing was shot on an iPhone.
Okay.
I basically had a whole helmet rig, and I put it on my head, and then I filmed the entire damn thing by myself and cut it and spliced it to where it looks like one seamless thing. You can get it done, especially if you have people in Hollywood with plenty of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
How long does it take you to do a film, like, just say the average, let's say Marceline, how long did it take you from beginning to end?
From beginning to end, from writing it to actually getting it done was about a week and a half.
Oh,
so it was
wow.
2 weeks.
Wow.
That's not bad.
I work really, really quickly.
That is fast.
Yes. The longest I've ever taken on working on something was I worked on a few projects in like Vector. I did a short film called Chrono Film, and all those films, we had a bigger budget, bigger crew. Those ones took a few months to get done. But majority of my short films are all done within 2 or 3 weeks because, you know, I have a family, I have a life, I have other things. My friends have families, they have lives. So we try to, you know, focus on getting the acting done, and then I edit everything when I'm at home, my spare time, and get everything done and stuff like that. So a few weeks.
Awesome. Wow. That's fast.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead. You've got what's coming up.
So this week, kind of exciting week. We got one. It's called Wonder. It's with Owen Wilson and Julia Roberts. It's kind of like one of those puff piece, make you feel good about life and
rom-com.
No, it's this kid with like
rom-com.
like a disformity in his
Oh,
face.
yeah,
I
I saw
that one.
It's just like a very uplifting, inspirational type of film, which it doesn't look happy. I like Owen Wilson, and Julia Roberts has been around forever. So, and then what was it? Roman J. Israel Esquire, Denzel Washington.
Oh, yes.
That I don't know exactly what that movie's about, but it looks really good, and I'll watch Denzel, read the phone book.
Yeah.
And then we got Justice League. So
Justice League.
Justice League, but on the same day, not a movie. The Punisher is getting released on Netflix.
That's tomorrow.
shit.
I think it's tonight at midnight.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I'm gonna be
Aaron,
watching.
I was about to say, Aaron
I'm
will
going
be
to-
Still
done
haven't
by
finished
next
the Defenders yet.
You don't have to. And yeah, that's all I got.
We're also getting Runaways on Tuesday.
Oh, it is
on Hulu. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
if
another
I only
Marvel.
had Hulu.
Yeah, that's another Marvel show. So
Wow.
I'm looking forward to that one. That
Yeah.
one looks like it's gonna be pretty good.
That's the kids, yeah.
The kids, yes.
And they're all like kids now. All these superhero TV shows are all kids. They're all teenagers, gifted.
Okay, so I wanted to read. Oh, should I push the button?
Sidekick mayo.
Okay, here we go.
You didn't hear that there was stuff in the headphones. You
Yeah,
just
she
didn't hear
she
it.
doesn't have headphones. I can
it's
only
okay.
have so many headphones.
So you just heard Buddy scream for no reason.
Mail. Is that good enough?
Mail.
No? Mail.
Mail.
I like your enthusiasm.
So this is from a fan we've had for a while.
Oh, okay.
Buddy and I learned about him a couple weeks ago at Stanley Comic-Con, where he responded to a live video that we put on Facebook. His name is Sandeep, and he's from Norway. And we actually have a couple of emails from him. I've been saving one of the other emails for when we have a little bit more time to discuss some of his questions. But this one I thought fit really well because he was responding to last week's email or last week's episode.
Got it.
So he goes, here he goes. Sandeep from Norway. Hey guys, this is your sidekick, Indian Viking from Norway.
I love it.
I had a blast listening to your latest podcast. I thought the discussion you guys had on the Thor movie and on its more humoristic aspect side was quite interesting and intriguing. This is really good. I actually am glad he wrote in. I just had to pinpoint something out that in the Norse mythology there were actually many funny and humoristic sides of the gods, especially our mighty god Thor. One famous story is actually where Thor dressed up as a bride to trick the Jotun to get back his hammer Mjolnir, which was stolen. The whole story is funny and does have a couple of humoristic scenes and happening which comes from Thor himself. But overall, I agree with Goat that they should have kept the story genre mode of the movies as the previous ones and not changed it to be like the Guardians of the Galaxy. I did like the movie, but they should have kept more to the elements of the previous Thor movies. And one more thing, cat nipple. So, he's listening. We talked about nipples for quite a while. Last episode. So,
Oh, shit.
yeah.
On, man.
I'm so pumped he wrote in. I'm so pumped. He has been, commenting on a bunch of stuff on Instagram, and we've been kind of writing each other back
Yeah.
and forth. So
Norway. We've reached Norway.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's insane.
It was funny because I just went on and I checked all of our numbers today. I was checking it and I was like, what, 40 downloads in Norway? From the last, what the-
Yeah.
And then I saw like 25 in
Nice.
Germany. I'm like, who's listening to us in Germany? I don't understand.
I still want to know who's in Virginia, man.
Right?
Is that a glitch or
That's been like ever since the beginning. Like one person found us in Virginia, and then it's the second biggest state that we have. It's goes California and then Virginia.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
I don't-
crazy.
Yeah.
So like everybody mainly to California and then Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia.
Yeah, no, I mean it's like 40% or something.
If we're doing
Some
it
of the
state
episodes,
by
yeah.
state, it's like it's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's crazy.
I did want to read.
Hi, Virginia.
Karen had an email as well, and I didn't want to skip over this. I know we're running out of time, but I didn't want to skip over this because
No, you're fine.
she's really starting to get into the show, and I don't want to gloss over what she says, even though she's Team Buddy. I don't know what
that's the best team to be on.
yeah.
Kind of makes me feel like I need a dunch a little bit.
A little
Okay, so here it is.
Excuse
From
you.
Karen.
me and Sheila, when I went to
Your
South
sister?
Carolina, my sister, we kept saying it. We'd be like hanging out with my dad, and my sister would be like, I got a dunch. And my dad's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about on this dunch? And she was just like, "Oh, just got a dunch," and it was our ongoing.
Did you ever
joke.
tell him that it's the time in between dinner and lunch?
Yeah, but he just it didn't fathom him.
Here's the best part about Dutch is that was the first episode that we ever put out on video, and that was my audio sync moment right there. Was the two of you going Dutch, Dutch, because it was easy to sync up, man. So
God.
I got plenty of Dungeon done that day.
No.
All right.
We
This is
need
from
to
Karen.
put that on the soundboard.
All right, from Karen. Hey guys, sorry if my comments and emails are getting annoying,
No.
Never.
but don't fucking lie. Your thirst for sidekick love. You're thirsty for sidekick love. I'm
There it
sorry.
is.
Damn right.
The length of the last podcast wasn't bad because you were all on point. Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah.
I wasn't here. So
Yes.
it can't be that great.
Wow.
Thanks for the shout out, Goat. Thank you for the spoiler free review of Thor. I haven't had a chance to see it, but hearing it more like GOTG, makes me excited. What's Guardians of the Galaxy? There it
Oh,
is.
there it is. I was
Love
thinking
me
Game
some
of Thrones.
Guardians. I mean, if I would have just read the next line, I
Way
would.
to go.
However, I feel like we never got a good answer regarding the DC TV shows besides avoiding Legends and what shows do you feel are worth watching? And I have a top 5 suggestion. Mind you, I'm bringing the podcast to I'm binging the podcast to catch up. So if you've already done this one, it's all good. Top 5 geek universes worlds. Okay, that's interesting.
Oh, Geek Universes / Worlds.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
it.
Where would you want to live? Why? Would the characters we know be present, or do you just love the universe on its own? Be as specific as you can, i.e., living in the Star Wars world versus being on Death Star specifically. Obviously, the place doesn't have to necessarily exist anymore in the show. Thanks for continuing to put out amazing podcast. That is
Oh, I
from
see where.
Karen.
There it is.
AKA Sterling is not amazing.
Wow.
Oh wait, no, Sterling is amazing.
Damn it.
Sterling's an
I
amazing.
was
cousin.
about to say.
That's a
It's-
good one.
It's
That is
Sterling's
good.
amazing cousin. I'm sorry.
Oh,
One
so
day I'll get it
Sterling
right.
is an amazing.
Yeah.
She is amazing. She said she got 3 new listeners. She's been
Oh.
spreading the word.
Well, thanks, cousin.
Yeah, and thanks for the sidekick love. Makes us feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really.
And we've reached Norway. I mean, does it get any better than that?
All right. Well, anyways, I retire now.
Yeah.
I quit.
Yeah, we're done.
Now, if he just gets somebody from Canada to write in. Or no. Didn't that happen a long time ago?
Yeah, it was like last year.
It did happen. I forgot about that.
Well,
It's all a
Chris,
blur.
I really want to thank you for coming out all the way from Merced. What was it? A 3 hour, 2.5 hour, right?
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
Ish.
Two.
In the storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to,
Is there?
put out.
Yeah. Do you want to put any of your stuff out?
Yeah, tell us where we
okay,
can see
so
all your stuff.
Yeah.
What
you
your
can
website
see
and stuff.
you can see my films and everything at violettefilms.com, and it's it's spelled Violette, so it's VIOLETTE films.com.
Awesome.
We have all the stuff.
Wait, I didn't have my pen. What was that?
Okay, VIOLETTE films.com.
Got it.
There
Okay,
it is.
thank you.
Okay, yeah, and then also if you guys you can follow us on Facebook and everything like that. Currently, right now we're doing an Indiegogo to raise money for Chronofilm, which is a show that we're putting out next year.
Awesome.
Nice.
So if you guys want to donate $10 or whatever, or let everybody know and stuff like that, we're
Awesome.
doing that for this month, and then whatever we make, we're gonna make it with that. So
Nice.
Perfect.
you know, we'll see how that goes. So yeah,
Come on, sidekicks. Get out there and donate.
Yeah, definitely.
$10,
Yeah,
you know?
check out his stuff too on his website. It's really good. It's really
Yeah.
entertaining. I've seen Marceline a couple times already. I'll probably
dude.
watch it again with my wife.
I showed that to Michelle. Michelle was like, dude, that is so cool. I was like, I know. I was
just wait for the show. The show's coming out. The show comes out January. Delivery Boys also comes out January simultaneously.
Nice.
They're gonna debut on YouTube for the time being, and then we're gonna take them off and put them in film festival circuits and try and get them like on Hulu or Amazon Prime.
That's
Because they
great.
have packages where you
That's
can do that.
great. Yeah,
all
that's
you have to do
awesome.
is just get notifications and notoriety in film festivals. So we're gonna try and do that next year and
nice.
get them out, so that way the rest of the world can see them.
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah.
really cool. All right, I want to remind everybody out there that we do have our some YouTube videos up that Logan's been working on.
Yep. Wonderful
relentlessly.
videos.
It's our panels from CampbellCon. we go ahead.
The content is wonderful. I don't. Let's.
No, it's good.
Yeah, I'm in it.
Hey,
I mean, does it get any better?
This guy's like not even a film editor, and he's like knocking
Dude,
shit out of the park.
no,
so it's
he
good.
did an awesome job. You guys got to go out there and watch him. I mean, the panels were really funny. It was great to see the interactions between, us and the panelists. I mean, the Power Rangers one was hilarious.
You and your friends.
Yeah, me and Mike Jin were like best friends now, even though I messed up his name for the first time, which I felt horrible. But we've gotten past that, and we're a lot better now.
Good.
And just watching them now that I'm not in it is so much better. I can enjoy them, but I remember when it was happening, I was very nervous.
Nice. Next week, we're going to have Curtis Corona on. As we were talking about it a little earlier. Curtis has been in the film business for years. Last time he was on the podcast, episode 46, he told us his stories about being on the set of Logan and The Great Wall, and he also told us a story about running into Amy Schumer.
Did he say that on the podcast, or was it off?
Was it off the podcast?
I think it was off the podcast.
I think it might have been. I don't know if I remember hearing that.
I think it was off
He had
the
a whole
podcast.
bunch of others. He had stories about like the Great Wall and things
Definitely.
about Matt
And,
Damon looking fat and not wanting seats to be in there. It's like that was
Yeah.
that
Dude,
was
The
freaking
best was
awesome.
him waiting in his like entryway and was just like, Matt Damon took the movie and he's like, do I leave? Do I stay?
And I thought something that actually like the Chris mentioned about the like trying to get into the industry, it's kind of the who you know sort of thing is he tells his whole really like who I knew and kind of how I got my foot in story on there, which was really interesting to listen to.
Ever since working on my actual first official film, like I have friends from all over the world. I have a friend, Trevor Attini. He was in Pirates of the Caribbean. Me and him keep in contact all the time.
Awesome.
And like I have a lot of friends. Karen Crane. Her dad was Bob Crane from Hogan's Heroes.
Oh, no.
So we have her. And my wife has her on her phone and stuff like that. And they're really nice people and stuff. But it is who you know. So if you're
definitely.
an aspiring filmmaker, go out and make a film. Try and get it in a festival, and then talk to everyone there, and try and make friends, and try and
network.
What if
you're just extremely antisocial?
If you're antisocial, it's
horrible.
If you're antisocial, find
Get yourself a
friend.
Logan.
Yes, find someone who can help you.
On Monday, the 20th, our Sacramento Ghostbusters are going to be at the Crest Theater. They're going to be showing the original Ghostbusters movie. We didn't have a time. I'm assuming it's like later.
I think the movie is at 7:30.
That's
and what Sean, who's the leader of the Sacramento Ghostbusters, was saying they're gonna be out there in their full getup. So if you want like that, it sounds like a pretty fun night to go see the Ghostbusters at the Crest.
Yeah,
with
they've
the
got
Ghostbusters.
their cosplay, everything. You said that they're trying to get permits to even take out the vehicles and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll have the vehicles, but they're trying to arrange with the city where they'll be able to park all their units in front of the theater. Yeah,
that would be cool.
Yeah, parking units. I love it. Remember, people, to send us voice memos about how amazing our show is. Of course, because we need it. We need it to sleep at night.
Validation.
No, we have a few in line.
Tell me how great I am.
Please.
Tell you like me, Mom.
If you don't know how to record a voice memo, go through your phone, look for something that records memos. Yeah. On an iPhone, I think it's actually called
Voice Memo.
Voice Memo.
Right.
Record you saying something really funny, as long as it says Hardly Heroes Podcast or something like that. Then we'll be happy with it, and just email it to us.
Yeah. Hardlyheroes@gmail.com.
Yeah. I was going to say, do you want to tell them where they can all reach us?
Hardlyheroes@gmail.com. Hardlyheroes.com, which is the perfect place.
Definitely.
Instagram, Hardly Heroes. Facebook, Hardly Heroes. Twitter, Hardly Heroes.
One.
There it is. And Google everywhere. Just what Logan?
Do we have any music?
I do, actually.
Okay.
I was just as soon as he's done, I'll
That's all I got. What do we got?
So at the end of the show, we always ask people to send local musicians and stuff. We would love to play your stuff on the show, as long as it's copyright free. We don't want to get sued, but we would love to support local music. Play it at the end of our show, as we always do when we do have music. Today we have music from Steven Costantino, who played the Gamorrean Guard on Star Wars
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. He died.
He's the one that gets murdered by Luke Skywalker specifically. He's the one that takes a lightsaber.
Yeah, the one that gets sliced.
Yeah, so we've got music from him. at the end of the
Nice.
show. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, who we met down at LACC and
Yes.
shared booth space with.
He was part of the booth with Project Wishbone Star
yeah.
and the rest of us.
And he also got to hang out with Weird Al, which I was super jealous.
What?
Yeah.
At the con?
He picked him up from his house one time.
Oh,
Yeah.
but not at the con.
No, I wish it was at the
That's
con.
what
If
we
you-
were
I
talking
would've
about the
saw him
con,
at
and we were talking about the
I
con,
could've seen
and then
him.
you were talking about Weird Al at the con.
I
Come
know,
on.
whatever. Hey, and don't forget, you can email into hardlyheroes@gmail.com, which you forgot to say. And
I said it like 5 times.
did he?
Yes.
I don't really feel like I heard it. But just remember
Can we
one
get Brandon
thing.
back?
Oh, ooh, low blow.
That's what you get for not listening to me.
Wow. Well, I don't listen to you all the time.
That's
so, I mean,
true. Okay, I take it back then.
What did you say, Aaron?
I don't remember.
Exactly. It's not just me. Just remember one thing, guys.
Disclaimer, they don't know shit.
You guys have a good night.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
I played around. Can I fall and line up together in my town? It's fine, but self-respect is nothing more. I heard a sound, just like a call can make me feel better than tell me I'm blind. I got my ear up to the wall, and I drive around. Trigger effect, taken for dead. And I played around. Bullets are slow, your bullets are so slow. No way to go, no way to go.